What's up, guys? I just got off of work. I've been at work all day. I didn't just get off of work. I've been home for a few hours, but it's kind of hard to post videos every single day when you work two jobs. But ask the people in the comments. I live with my mother. I don't have a job, and I'm single. You know, they got one of those right. I thought it'd be pretty funny for shits and giggles to read over one of these pamphlets I got from the police department. I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna hold it up or. It says Winter Haven Police Department, interacting with law enforcement. Regardless of why you are speaking with an officer, the tips in this brochure should help ensure that the interaction is polite, courteous, and professional. And then it has their, little motto: honor and service. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have done to you. Fair enough. As a general rule, it's always best to be polite and courteous to others as you conduct your daily business. While officers will always be expected to stay polite and professional, this simple step will help ensure that interactions with law enforcement officials remain cordial. Everyone likes to be treated with respect and dignity. A police officer is no different. In return, you should expect polite and courteous officers who may be firm but fair. And this is what I was talking about when I was out at those two scenes, and the lieutenant, or whatever the hell he was, because he didn't tell me who he was, asked me to stand on the sidewalk, and then was shooing me off the sidewalk so that he could make his illegal U-turn. He just didn't want me there. While it is not illegal to be rude or discourteous, doing so will both complicate the situation and could potentially lengthen the time of any detention, such as a traffic stop, contact with a reported suspicious person, etc. So, basically, be nice to us and polite to us and show us respect, whether we're barking orders at you or whatever the hell we're doing, or we're just going to keep you here longer when we're detaining you. Don't interfere with officers while they are carrying out official duties. If you see an officer with a vehicle stopped or officer interviewing a subject in public, those officers are actively carrying out official duties. Unless you have an emergency situation, those officers should not be interrupted. If you wish to photograph or film officers while conducting business in a public place, you are certainly allowed to. You must, however, take care not to interfere with an active investigation or official duties. Which, it doesn't really matter. From what I've learned, you can go out there and be silent and say nothing. If they see you with a video camera, they're going to come ask you what you're doing. I mean, they got short attention spans. I'm not interfering. Go back to whatever you're supposed to be doing. You shouldn't be worried about me over here. If you wish to film, you must do so from a safe spot, at an appropriate distance from the incident, and you should not expect an officer to spend any time responding to questions or comments. The only time I asked for any comments at a traffic stop, I waited till it was done. Any other time I've had interactions, they've been talking to me. If an officer tells you that you are too close to them, then you are too close. The Supreme Court says 10 feet. I'm still getting comfortable getting close right now, so don't lie or give false information to an officer. It is a crime to give false information to a law enforcement officer. It is also a crime for a person to willfully resist an officer attempting to conduct their official duties. The Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution protects you from self-incrimination. It does not give you the right to lie or deceive law enforcement officers. Regardless of the initial reason for the encounter, giving false information to an officer is sure to complicate the situation. So don't give false information to an officer. Doesn't say you have to tell them everything that they want to know. Arguments are for the courtroom, not in the field. The correct venue for arguing about a traffic ticket or a criminal charge is not on the side of the road with the officer. This should be done in a courtroom on your court date. You may not agree with the charges against you, but you can't resist a lawful order from an officer. Compliance with lawful orders is key in these situations. So, two things I pull from this. One, it doesn't matter what you say. If they want to take you to jail, they're going to take you to jail. Whether you're right, wrong, whatever. Two is, the whole thing about lawful orders, for me, is What makes a lawful order? Is it just because it comes out the officer's mouth? Or does it have to coincide with the law? And I was just reading the general order for the Winter Haven Police Department, and it mentioned about police officers obeying the lawful orders of their superiors. It doesn't say obey every order of their superiors, just the lawful orders. So something to remember there. Now it just kind of talks about the complaint process. It says, if you feel you were not treated fairly, you may file a complaint. The Winter Haven Police Department strives to provide professional, courteous service to residents of and visitors. If you feel that you were treated unfairly during an interaction with the Winter Haven police officer, you may file a complaint. You may also request to speak to the officer's immediate supervisor while on scene or at a later time. It is important to lodge a complaint as soon as is practicable to ensure a thorough investigation. The more time that passes between an incident and a complaint, the harder it is to properly investigate the complaint. If you request it, officers are required to give their name, the name of their immediate supervisor, and a number to reach that supervisor at. Winter Haven police officers do not have badge numbers. Winter Haven police vehicle numbers should be on the back of the vehicle. However, there could be a change depending on that officer's assignments. They don't have badge numbers, they have personnel ID numbers. I've heard Ian call them payroll ID numbers. I learned that from reading the Sheriff's Department website. They all have some kind of number attached to them. Everybody in any profession has some kind of number attached to them. We all have a number attached to us. We take every complaint seriously and vow to ensure a fair and thorough investigation will be conducted. I actually already have a complaint against Officer Form. I'll save that for another video. We'll go over that. I got some other pamphlets that we can go over too, if you guys are interested in it. Anyway, I gotta get some rest, guys. I gotta go do another double tomorrow, so we'll talk to y'all on the next video. Take care. Bye.